My name is Rashi, and this is my family. I'm one of four kids. My younger brother is missing in this picture, and I was born in Kashmir, in India. Now, India is a home to many languages and many mother tongues, almost 120 languages and about 270 mother tongues. But in Kashmir, the language spoken is Kashmiri, and my grandparents spoke the language Punjabi. I never learned Kashmiri or Punjabi because I went to a convent school where I learned English and Hindi. Hindi is the national language of India, and I learned the international language, which is English. It didn't matter that I did not know Kashmiri or Punjabi because I thought my life was all set. I worked in Delhi in media, and I spoke English and Hindi, and it was all good till I decided to do filmmaking and came to United States of America. When I came into my class, I was one of 24 students to do my master's and one of the three international students. And from a privileged background, I realized I was a girl, I was a brown girl with a foreign accent. I didn't think I had an accent. I thought I spoke perfect English. Well, it was okay. It took me a while to connect with my classmates, but we did. We made films. We all moved to Hollywood. We all produced and directed a lot of films, and I worked on a lot of television shows. And in Florida State University, I had also met Ashutosh, who was living in California. We fell in love and we went back to India. That is when I met his family. Now, his family is from Mumbai, and they speak Marathi. I don't understand Marathi. And I love his family, and I wanted many times, and I speak to them, and we speak English and in Hindi, but there are times that I wish I could understand the jokes or could connect with with the extended family. I wonder if you've ever felt that, wanting to connect and the language holding you at a distance. That's what I felt. So when our kids were born, we wanted to give them a perfect universe, the happiest place in the world. Now, because we understood a very simple thing, that children across the world look like this. They are diverse, they're multicultural, and they're multilingual. So I hustled on the side as I was doing my film projects, and I created this app for my kids where they became the voiceover artists, and it was a process for them to get to learn my language, which was Hindi, and it worked really well. At this time, I also got very involved with their school. I live in Santa Barbara, and they went to the Santa Barbara Montessori school. I love Montessori education. I believe that's where the education needs to head, game-based sensorial education. So I took our culture into the classroom because I didn't want them to feel left behind, or I wanted them to connect with their culture at a global level. When I went into the classrooms, this is what I found. I found that children listened when you spoke about the cultures of the world. They are genuinely interested in the world. They ask questions. They love the world, and they do not have that exposure. When I spoke to the parents, I found they were extremely frustrated because today, all children, especially after the pandemic, are spending so much more time on these digital devices. Either they're playing Minecraft or they're playing Candy Crush. They're engaged with these devices, and a lot of this content does not have cultural representation. This leaves parents really, really frustrated. So listening to the parents, showing them what I had, I thought, what if we infused culture learning with language learning? And this is what I found. I found a higher engagement coming from children. The more they got a sensorial way to connect with the cultures, the more interested they were of the languages. it was an interconnection that was missing. They would get bored of language learning, they would drop the lessons, but if you showed them the stories of the world, it would connect. And that is where I had an aha moment. I thought, what if we could create a win-win situations for parents and children? And that is where Shoonya Kids was born. I'm the CEO and founder of Shoonya, and Shoonya is a platform for all children to learn multiple languages and world cultures. Now, this is where it gets tricky. This is a big problem. There are so many languages in the entire world. There are so many cultures in the entire world. How do we create one platform that speaks to all of them? So at this point, I started speaking to a lot of different linguists, a lot of language learning teachers, and we discovered the World Language Readiness Standard that has become our pedagogical approach. We take the first 500 words and we layer them with cultural infusion, creating characters that children love, that look like them, that get them to learn the first 500 words. This is where it gets even trickier. Now, we found our pedagogical approach, but what we couldn't figure out is how does one single app do this? And let me introduce you to Andrew Duncan, sitting in the middle. Andrew Duncan had, I call him a rock star. He'd already seen an exit in Santa Barbara. We connected, and we really connected because he wanted to make a difference to the world. He was one of the founding members of GoToMeeting, which was acquired by Citrix. So we started brainstorming. Our idea was, can we create one app that's scalable into multiple different languages? And it is light. So we experimented, and we found our secret sauce. That comes from a huge level of experimentation and comes from a multi-paradigm architecture, which in simpler words means when you download our app, it remains pretty light on your phone, but it has interactivity. That means it still looks for user feedback. Children are expected to finish one step before a second step is introduced to them, and then a third step is introduced to them, and giving them a reward system. So there is an educational element to it. It is light, and it is powered by a robust backend where we can keep adding content while keeping the front end very light and interactive. So our end result is this. We launched on iOS in 5 different languages. Our content looks like this. It is interactive. It's in multiple different languages. It's a very sensorial world where multiple languages come together. This is the first phase. The second phase is going to be layering this with multiple stories of the world, where stories connect. Parents can bring their own stories and connect with each other. And for this, we have won various awards. On iOS, we are 4+ rated. We've won the GSV Ed Challenge Award. We won a lot of awards, and we have parents asking us to produce more content for their children, for their languages. It is because we have struck a chord with the underserved Asian market. We have English and Spanish on our platform, but we also have multiple Indian languages which have no representation. Children are, it's fragmented, and children are on YouTube, and parents do not like that. Now, this is a huge opportunity. These are some of my international reviews, parents coming in from Canada, parents coming in from India, wanting more of this because it's convenient for them. They download one single app, and for a single subscription price point, they have access to all of this content. This today is an $18 billion opportunity, and it's just growing exponentially. We have been written about by the Pacific Coast Business Times. We won the Spirit of Entrepreneurship Award. We've been backed by Tech Coast Angels, and we have the traction. But more importantly, we are creating a platform where children look like this, and the content that they are engaging with is multicultural, is multilingual. a huge opportunity for children, but a meaningful company. So today, we are putting our brains together in creating a platform. And if you want to be part of this mission in fostering the next generation of these global kids, you can reach me at here. So thank you for listening to the presentation. Hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.